Hi, this is A. Wesley, that lady who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Joe Budden. This Joe Budden drama been going on for 2 months. At first, I said I'm not going to do anything about Joe Budden. I really don't care too much about Joe Budden. But now that all of this stuff has been going on for at least about 6 weeks, 2 months now, and stuff. I wasn't really into Joe Budden. I really didn't watch him that much, but I kind of clicked on his channel when he was doing the stuff about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez when that incident first happened. So I wanted to get his take on it, and see what he was talking about. And then another time, excuse me, another time that I watched. Let me pause this right quick. I'm back. What happened? I was. That's when I saw. Like I said, I didn't watch him too much until he did the stuff with Megan, and then I also watched it when he did the stuff about Megan and Harry's interview with Oprah, and I was saying, well, normally Joe Budden be talking about hip hop stuff. I said, why is he talking about entertainment stuff? I said, well, man. And then after that, that's when I saw how that Rory guy was acting. And at first, I just thought it was because he didn't like the Royal family because he's originally from over there, like the UK or London or whatever. So I just thought he was like other people not liking the Royal family. So after I clicked it off, I said, well, the next thing I know, people were saying. What was going on? What happened to Rory and Mal? They was not on the next episode, and so people were saying that I was watching a lot of hip hop channels on YouTube, and they were saying that first Joe said the guys was on vacation, and then he said everybody was, and then after a while stuff started coming out and stuff. And so I watched the episode, some of it, when the guys came back, and they were saying, well, we had a couple of issues, and we want to talk about the issues. And so I watched that episode, and so Ma was saying that the reason why he didn't show up those 2 days was because he didn't feel like he was respected. And then so he also mentioned that, yeah, when Rory sent me the email saying that you told him to take a couple of days off, to gather himself and stuff like that. You didn't discuss it with everybody else. And so he let the guys talk, and then he was saying, "Well, I shouldn't be discussing stuff with y'all. I'm the boss, I'm the leader, and this like that." And so, so he kept on talking, and then Maul just immediately got quiet. He said his piece, and then when he realized Joe wasn't really listening to him, but Rory kept on, trying to convince Joe and trying to tell Joe, I'm not going to let you tell the audience that we abandoned the ship. We didn't. You told us to. And so it was like Joe just wanted to throw his weight around and stuff. And so Maul, just like he said, clocked out. And so it was like the next episode, they said everything was kosher. And the next thing you know, Joe Budden talking about they were going on vacation, because he had Ish and Ice on there as temporary host until they come back. And then it was like people thought stuff was over, but it wasn't over. And then it was like last Monday, Joe Budden did a whole rant talking about they were entitled, and they were ungrateful, and he did a whole lot of stuff for them. He thought they was their friends, his friends. He don't like ungrateful people, and blah blah blah, and this blah and this and blah blah the plan. Like I said, I really didn't saw it. Other people were sharing links to the Patreon because he had said before the podcast ended that they had got a Patreon deal and stuff like that. And so people were telling Maul and Rory they need to come out. People want to hear this side of the story, what's going on. And none of them replied at first, but then But then Joe Budden said that Mal had to stay with him, and Mal used to hide detergent and all kind of personal stuff. And so it was like he didn't do nothing at the beginning, but then when it got close to the weekend, people were saying that Mal was saying that he's gonna tell his story when he wants to tell his story, but he's not gonna respond to lies, and so people were just waiting around, and then this past Saturday, everything hit the fan. Raul and Maury did a Vivo video where you had to pay $2, but it was so many people. It was so many people sharing that link that I saw it for free on YouTube, and it was good. And they broke down their contract. They broke down the deals that they tried to do and get, because Joe Budden was always bragging about. He told them that if they come in with bringing in deals or bringing in stuff to help the show, he'll go over it and they'll share it. And Rory said that he tried to get a deal with Title with Title and Elliott, and he mentioned it to Joe Budden, and Joe Budden went ham on them, started cussing him out and doing all kinds of stuff and hooping and hollering at him. And so he was saying that part was a lie, because they were debunking every lie that Joe Budden said. And then Joe Budden, then Mal said now Joe Budden lied about, they were employees and they were contract workers. He said they were IP workers. They were getting money off the interest and the profits behind the scenes, and so he was saying that's why they thought that they were owners, because they were getting anything that had to do with the Joe Budden podcast. They were supposed to get a percentage of it. They were percentage profit people, and when that came out, it was so many people that knew about business a little bit more than I did, and they were coming out and they were saying Joe Budden was wrong for what he did to those boys, and so Mar was saying that he thought something was funny when Joe Biden was talking about I got fans all around the corner. He said, "No, we got fans all around the corner. It's not just you." And so so you could tell that Joe Budden kind of messed over those guys, because every time they asked him about accounting and what this money was and what this money wasn't for, he was talking about, and then he was talking about you could audit me then if you want. I know what the money going for. And then he got on his Instagram page last week and talking about he had to pay for lawyers and this accounting firm and this, that, and that. And then somebody got on his live and said, "Man, who you paying? We at home. You ain't ain't paying no production people. You ain't doing this." And somebody say, "Yeah, you using Park's house. How you talking about you paying for doing?" And it was like when he realized that he couldn't get the fans on his side, he tried to backtrack and say, "Well, he's sorry, and he's sorry." To Mal and Rory. I don't think Mal and Rory accepted his apology. And then yesterday he came out and talking about he was gonna go ham on Kevin Hart, but he didn't go ham on Kevin Hart because he called Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart told him he handled that recklessly and stuff like that. I think what it is, Joe Budden don't want to pay those guys a percentage. He wants to give them a salary, and they don't want a salary. They already said they don't want a salary. And then Rory already said that Joe Budden told him that he could get 2 more guests with half the money that he's paying them. So I guess that's what he's gonna do with Ish and Ice. I don't know, but Rory also said that Joe talking about it, if they get their own podcast, he was gonna sue him and stuff. But then he claimed he wasn't gonna sue him. So it was like, even though he did his little Patreon thing yesterday, trying to talk about it with Ish and Ice, I'm so glad that Ice kind of put him in this place. He said, "From what you telling me, that those 2 guys didn't have no deal with Spotify. You only had the deal with Spotify." He was saying, from what you said, Joe, a few minutes ago, they didn't have no deal with Spotify. So if they didn't have no deal with Spotify and you made the deal with Spotify, you wasn't supposed to let them on anything." And so he thought, "Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of like that." No, it was exactly like what Ish was saying. He was trying to play around. I guess he thought Ish and him was gonna agree with him. Ish didn't agree with him. Ish said he would have been mad too. And so And so between the Roy and Mal, Roy and Mal coming out, and then the stuff with Olivia Dope, you could tell that these people tried their best to work things out with Joe, and he didn't want to. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tested like a TI is. I am out.